What's up, guys? So, someone had asked me, who is the gnarliest, most dangerous, sketchiest person you have ever been celled up with? I will get into that. So, the setting is Arapahoe County Jail in the DOC pod. One of the dirtiest, nastiest, most claustrophobic jail setups I have ever been in, man. 3-man cells, so there's 3 bunks against one wall, meaning the bottom and middle person cannot sit upright in their bunk. Therefore, the usual sense of the bottom bunk being the best, most sought after is actually not true in that jail. The top bunk is the best because you can sit up, right? And you don't got people's dead skin particles falling on you all night. At least I like that part of being on top. But anyway, man, so sorry, my dogs are playing, but dude, everything about this situation was fucked from the moment I walked in, right? So my first cellie when I get to this pod is this half Indian, half black kid, and he could not chill the fuck out, man, when I first got there. We fought 4 times back to back. No bullshit. I get in my cell. I set my stuff down on the bed. I'm starting to make my bed. There wasn't a third man in this cell, so he had the top bunk, and I put my stuff on the bottom bunk. And the cop's walking away, and the second the cop fucking got out through the sally port, homie takes flight. Bam! We start fighting. I'm like, what the fuck? Bam, 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 bam. It was probably, 35 seconds. It was a pretty long fight, the first one. I put my hand out to shake his hand. I'm like, are you done, bro? He said, fuck you. Bam, hits me again. We start fighting. I put my hand out again after we're both huffing and puffing after the second fight. I'm like, look, man, let's just chill. Like, we fought. He's like, fuck that, man. I was like, really, you want to fight again? I put my hands out. I was like, all right, bro, fuck it. We fought. Bam. I put my hand out again, bro, trying to be a gentleman. I'm like, just shake my hand, man. Like, we're done, bro. Like, I don't want to keep fighting. He slaps my hand away. I hit that fool. We fought again. This last fight, it was like 2 old men. We're heaving so bad. We're breathing so hard. Like, it was like literally sweaty fucking bears fighting each other, bro. Like, barely able to move. And, we fought for like 10, 15 seconds. Finally, we're both keeled over like this. I'm like, look, man. It's like, I don't want to fucking keep fighting, man. Like, you know what? After this lockdown, I will go find a cellie and I'll move. This is your cell first. Fuck it, Clearly, we're not getting along. He's like, okay. And the weirdest part about this is the rest of this lockdown was chilling. We both helped clean up the sweat, and there was a little bit of blood. And then we were just chilling, and he kept asking me questions. He was asking me where I was from. He tried offering me an apple. I turned it down just in case he had sprayed it or done something sketchy, like poisoned it or something. Not that he did. I don't know if he did or didn't. It's just you get paranoid after you fight someone, But, dude, literally, like, we had just fought 4 times, and all of a sudden, it's like we could have been cellies, apparently, because now we're chilling. Anyway, I get let off lockdown, and I go, and sure enough, there's someone in the pod that I had been homeless with on the street, this dude, Jonathan. And when I say homeless with on the street, I don't mean, like, sleeping in the same camp together. I just mean, like, we had seen each other buying dope under the same bridge, sitting in the same, Civic Center Park spots, walking around on 16th, walking around down de the campus off fucking Colfax and Spear, just seeing him around, right? So I'm like, what's up, Johnny? Fucking whoop-de-whoop. He's all big and shit. He put on a bunch of size just from being in there. And I'm like, hey, do you have an open spot in your cell? I just fought this dude 4 times. Mind you, my lip's a little fucking busted. Like, you can tell that I had just been in an altercation. I hid it from the cop a little. Like, when the cop did head count, kind of like, stood in the back and like was like, yeah, what's up, man? Fucking barely looked at him, but he could tell right away that I'd been in a fight. He's like, oh shit, like, yeah, I saw them sell you up with that black kid. He's like, I don't know why they did that. I was like, listen, I'm not even racist. I truly think homie is just spun out of his gourd. He was this little Indian black kid was probably, this tall, and he wasn't built. He was a stick, bro. He had a shit ton of heart, and he was just one angry son of a bitch, Apparently did not like white people at all. But, so Jonathan's like, yeah, man, me and my celly Richard, we got a open spot. It's going to be the middle bunk, I was like, fuck it, whatever, man. So, I tell the cop, hey, my celly and I don't really come from the same area, don't really like each other that much. I'm going to move in to this fool cell. Go ask him if it's fine. They agreed. He's like, okay. He asked them. They say yes. So, sorry, I'm going to wash my hand real quick. I move in there, and I have no idea who this guy Richard is yet. I'm just, I know Johnny's cool to a certain degree. Him and Jonathan and I are already talking about tattooing. I'm already sharpening a fucking staple. I got a pencil and a rubber band. I got the staple out of the Daily Bread. I'm already sharpening it. He had some soot. I got some baby oil from someone else. So we're making ink and getting a little stick and poke tattoo pencil ready, because you don't have actual motors for, prison tattoos, like with an actual machine. So, it's just a stick and poke, this is what we got done. I went over it with a real machine on the street. That's why it's so dark. But this original tattoo is what Jonathan tattooed on me. We actually got caught. When we got caught, we only had the head done. The cop even said, I know you're going to finish this. And we did later. But anyway, so we're getting ready to do this tattoo. And, oh, dude, it's so lumpy, too. Like, it's scarred up. But, whatever. The day progresses, night comes, and we start the tattoo. Fucking, we're talking. It's taking a long time, bro, just to even get like part of the face done. And our cases get brought up. We're cellies, right? So naturally it happens. Now, let me tell you what Richard was in here for. You guys already know what I was in here for, right? In there for. Richard Darling had a homeless encampment under a bridge. He had built a 2-bedroom structure made primarily of mud, wood, and stones, with some metal shit too. He had a makeshift bathroom in the form of a 5-gallon bucket with some type of thing built over it so you could sit on it and take a mierda, take a dookie. He had a living room with a TV. He had a heated space heater in both bedrooms. This is just what I'm remembering him telling me. And he had a fire pit outside where there was like a fucking porch, essentially. Mind you, this is all built under a bridge, okay? An illegal structure inhabited by transients. Fucking crazy, right? So he's living in this structure, in this camp that he built. And occasionally he would let people stay there. Well, he's letting people stay there, and there's all types of debauchery taking place in the form of drug use, sex, rock and roll, whatever, nasty shit, right? He gets into a relationship with this female, so he says. She's staying there. A couple other people are staying there. The other people leave. This gal is staying there for, a couple weeks now. Well, this Baisa shows up, and he claims to be this girl's ex. So they all start kicking it. They're all drinking, getting high, chilling by the fire, whatever. Richard claims that dude got all loud, said some crazy shit, and Richard told him to get the fuck off his property. The next day, he alleges the Baisa came back, and he saw the Baisa coming up through the bushes Richard goes out, shoots that fool in the head with a 22, then proceeds to drag his body towards this fucking makeshift hellhole, right, under this bridge, and chops this dude up like carne asada, homie. Straight the fuck up, bro, like carne asada, homie. Chops this fool up. Gnarly. Jeffrey Dahmer's that boy, bro. Richard Ramirez status, dog. Like the Night Stalker, fucking school shooter shit, bro. Chops this dude up, okay? Puts the chunks of meat, chunks of human, in a barrel. Lights the barrel on fire. All the while getting high and consoling this girl who's crying and screaming and freaking the fuck out because she just witnessed, a Saw movie in front of her. And takes the fucking... This guy, Richard, his name was Caveman, or Wildman. Everyone called him Wildman. Wildman takes the pieces of burnt fucking flesh, starts throwing chunks in the river, okay? The cops show up, hearing a woman screaming, a gunshot, and all types of commotion. Or no, it was the woman screaming when something about, like, I think she had been, because I asked him, I was like, how did they not show up before when you were cutting this dude up and all this shit? And he said that she started screaming during the barrel fire. And then he starts throwing the chunks in the river, and the cops showed up. This dude was charged with first-degree premeditated murder, violation of a corpse, destruction of evidence in the form of like remains or some shit, of human remains, and some other shit, and was facing LWAT, bro, life without. And yeah, super monster, dude, super monster of a human being. Dirty as fuck, bro. We had to tell this fool all the time to clean his shit. You can look this guy up. He got 95 years for this, okay? His name's Richard Darling. I was with this guy in Arapahoe County, which is in Aurora, Colorado. This is a real story. I implore you to look this up for yourself, okay? This guy's name was Wildman, and he was a sick son of a bitch, right? Him and I actually fought. So let me get back to the story. So we're tattooing. He tells me all this. I'm like, oh my God, who the fuck did I just sew myself up with, right? Like, I'm about to sleep with one eye open, fool. Like, I'm about to have to get a banger in county jail, bro. Like, what, homie? Where's the fucking ice pick at? Who the fuck is this dude, bro? Like, what did I just went from, I would rather fight a little Indian kid every day than have to sleep next to fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh shit, like, yeah, you got that fool, huh? Like, he's all like, yeah, I really hope I win my trial. I'm like, oh, you got this, bro. Like, yeah, it was total self-defense. Like, hell no, bro. You chopped that fool up, homie. Fucking. So we're getting tattooed, or he's tattooing me. All of a sudden, and Jonathan and I are having a good conversation. He's tattooing me. All of a sudden, I get a fucking flashlight in my face, bro. I look up. There's a cop in the window. Richard Wildman, Mr. fucking Killer, had failed at his job of keeping watch, keeping tech for us while we were tattooing, and he let us get caught. So I sit up immediately. I grabbed the fucking cap, the needle, the ink, which was in the cap, and I throw it all in the toilet. Bam. I'm standing like this. I'm standing like this far away from the window where the cop is, because the toilet's right here. I threw all that in the toilet. The cop, the second he saw we were doing this flashlight, he reached for his radio, by the way, and was like, open cell whoop-doo, open cell whoop-doo. Simultaneously, when he was doing that, I stood up, like I said, threw it all in the toilet. I'm looking at the cop. He says, don't flush it, don't flush it. Bam, I pressed the button, flushed it. Like a movie. Second the fucking water went down the drain, the door pops open. Bam, cop comes in, get the fuck against the... They cuff us up, they search the cell, they find nothing. No tattoo equipment. All they could write us up for was having day room equipment in our cell because we had chairs in there. The cop looking at my arm, which is bleeding, there's just this face finished right here. He's like, I know that's what you did. I know you're gonna finish it. Please don't be fucking stupid, man, and get an infection. I told him I've had this since I was 15. I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm not trying to do anything, man. As it was bleeding and leaking plasma, I told him I've had it since I was 15. Mind you, it's 2, 3 in the morning. He's exhausted. He's old. He just wants to get paid, man. He doesn't give a fuck that we're getting tattooed. He just has to do his job. He searched the cell. He didn't find anything, so he wrote us up for day room equipment. End of story. He doesn't give a fuck. He's an old school convict cop, bro. He knows. He leaves. He fucks off, right? We don't even go to the hole, nothing. We did get written up, though, all 3 of us. So, excuse me. I have like a fucking dog hair in my mouth. The next morning, the main fucking white dude, the llavero for the whites, he comes up to me. He's like, look, I know you don't gangbang, bro. He's like, I know you're not on some politicking active shit, right? He's like, but him letting you guys get caught last night when Jonathan is active is not okay. He's like, you should really beat that fool's ass. And I'm not gonna say this dude's name because I don't want to get him in trouble, but he was a dude whom a lot of people respect out here, right? And I told him, look, bro, if I feel the need, I will beat his ass. But I'm not going to do that right now just because you told me to. And he's like, okay. He's like, I'm just expressing what I would do. And I was like, I appreciate that, homie. Thank you. He's like, cool. A few days progress. This dude starts pissing me the fuck off, yo. He starts asking shit about my sister. Because I had a picture of my sister on the wall. He starts saying that she reminds him of someone he used to date and all this shit. And asked me if I could put him in contact with her. Put her in contact with him. I said no. He asked me again. I said no. Keeps bringing her up. Finally, I said, check this out, bro. Everyone's out in the day hall one day. I said, check this out, homie. Close the door. I said, we're gonna fight. He says, what? Hops down. He said, what's up? I was like, what's up, homie? Bam. Start fighting. I beat the fucking dog shit out this fool, man. He was an older, smoked out dude. Hair already turning gray. I'm not trying to talk shit about older dudes. I've seen some older dudes that can throw hands. But this dude was a piece of shit, homie. He was real weak at the time. I don't know what his state is now. But I whooped this dude's ass. And I was angry, man. Like I said, don't bring up my sister, man. Don't play about my sister, homie. You know? So we fought. He got me good, too, a little bit, you know? But I overall, like, his shit... Both eyes were damn near blacked. One was fucking for sure blacked. Lip busted. He was fucked up, homie. I didn't have, you know, a bunch of scratches on me. And hey, I've lost a shit ton of fights. I'm not over here like Super Saiyan G.I. Joe. I'm just saying this particular one, I did win. My hands were true that day. And I walked out of there and I was like, you know, angry as fuck. I spun a lap. I walked back in. Homie's all washing his face and shit. And I told him, hey, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. I was like, go to another cell. And he's like, okay. So he moved cells. I didn't check him in, you know. I wasn't like, go tell him you're fearing for your life. I was like, dude, just get the fuck out of this cell. So he moved cells. And then... the dude that asked me to fight him it was like probably almost at that point, like 2 weeks before, or maybe a week and a half before, I don't remember. Dude that asked me to fight him comes up to me. I call him Nick. And he's like, hey, youngster. He's like, that's righteous as fuck of you that you did that. I appreciate you doing that for me. And I was like, whoa. I was like, listen, no disrespect, Nick. I see you, I respect you, but I didn't do that for you, bro. I did that because this fool is a weirdo. And he was asking about my sister, and I started getting some sex offender vibes, dude. And I did not like that shit, homie. I have my address in myself from letters, writing letras to my mom, mi hermana, my abuelita, homie. I got my fucking tia, my tio's address in there, So I can't have some fool around my shit, if I'm playing fucking spades or pinochle with someone in the day room, someone's all rummaging through my shit trying to wank off to my sister or something, bro. I can't have that, right? So that was my reasoning. But the fact that we all got written up for him letting us get caught. By the way, we did finish it. Like I said, Jonathan and I did finish it. I should have beat his ass for that, though. Looking back, you never let your bros get caught tattooing. That's it's not cool, man. It's not cool. I should have beat his ass for that. But, whatever. Good things take time, right? So, look this fool up. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull this fool up right now.